Hey YouTube, welcome to my girl talk. So for today's topic, we're going to be talking about periods. Period. So I'm mentioning this topic and bringing this topic to light on my YouTube channel because when I first started my period, I was in 7th grade, a little girl in middle school, doing intense research. So let's get into it. First things first, it takes a while to find a good brand of pads that you like. From trying out different pads, figuring out a good size that works for you, and really just using discernment when it comes to your period and what your flow is like, you know? It takes a while to figure that out. So me, this is my favorite. And I hear it on Twitter, I see it on TikTok. A lot of people love this organic brand from Target. It is a regular, beautiful pad. Like, it's chef's kiss. I don't see any flaw with this one. I think it's a beautiful brand. This brand is specifically chef's kiss for me, especially because it's organic. And I don't like to just put anything on my coochie, you know? It's organic. Why would I not try it? I got it from Target and I loved it, y'all. So you gotta really figure out, do you have a heavy flow? Do you have a light flow? This one is right in between. It's a regular flow. So definitely something you should try out, especially if you're just starting. Get you overnight pads because it's so sad to wake up and there's blood all over your bed. No. Get the heavy for the nighttime. Trying out tampons, they're really nice, but I don't recommend them for just starting out, you know? Unless you have like a super heavy flow and you would like to do pad plus tampon just to be safe. Say you're wearing white pants or something. Understandable. But there's also something called the Honeypot menstrual cup. I tried that out recently and I do recommend it. I think it was really nice and beneficial, especially considering that I look at periods as such a beautiful thing. It's not something that I'm scared of. I'm not scared of the little blood clots that come out of my vagina because we're all women and it's a beautiful thing. So if that's something you like to embrace, and not necessarily saying you have to drink the blood like a vamp, it's just something to try out, y'all. But as we all know, people who get their period are prone to acting different. And a lot of people like to make fun of this and just be like, oh, she's moody because she's on her period, and disregard that, shame her, whatever, and make fun of it. It's not something we should do, because I feel like women that are on their period have an extremely extraordinary mission compared to the people that are not, because they are actively absorbing the energies in the world that are of lower vibrations and be releasing them from their body. And though it's not necessarily physical, something that we can actually see besides the blood, we see that their emotions are more inclined and they're more sad or angry in certain aspects. You know, me personally, I get really sad. And I feel like this is because we're all sponges. As women, we're all sponges, actively absorbing and taking in all of these energies that are no longer serving the world and releasing them. And I feel like this is such an important mission that we have been blessed with, you know? And I think we need to just appreciate that more. It's such a beautiful thing, you know? So beautiful. So this is why I want to also step into taking care of ourselves on our period, because we're already under a lot of stress and there's a lot of energies in this very, very cold world that we're absorbing and processing and transmuting intentionally transmuting, raising the vibration. And I feel like it's such a beautiful thing when we're able to understand that and journal our emotions that we're feeling. Why am I feeling this? Rather than exploding and taking this energy out on somebody else and making more chaos in this world. Not saying it's wrong to go blow up on someone, because maybe they do deserve that, but just be more aware and protect your peace at the end of the day, especially when you're on your period in such a vulnerable state. It's extremely important to protect your peace. When your mind, be calm and allow yourself to feel at ease. So you got to find your little rhythm. What works best for you? Do you like to have a heating pad? Do you like to eat bananas to prevent cramps? Do you like to warm yourself a nice little cup of peppermint tea? What soothes your body the best? Do you like to meditate a little bit so that you can just unwind and slow down? This is a period of being really in your body and feeling your energy, because us women deserve it. At the end of the day, we all just deserve it. We are literally bleeding, like boom, 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 and it might hurt, but that also goes into your diet, okay? So be careful. Whatever you're consuming can affect your period flow. Like if you find one period is extremely painful, you should really dissect what did you eat, because that's probably something you should avoid, because I don't really recommend eating crap before your period, because you're gonna feel that right back. But when you're eating healthy and you're taking care of your body, you're hydrated, you're gonna have a nice smooth period and you're able to be more in tune. And that's why I really like to just take it slow when I'm on my period and just really find the zen. There's a lot of different methods you could use for tracking your period. If you want to be old-fashioned, you have a calendar you use, go ahead and log that. That's good, because you're able to measure how long is your period and understand when it's going to pop back up. And technically that's not very common nowadays, because there's so many different resources for your period to be tracked online. So my personal favorite resource to track your period is this app right here, Stardust. Beautiful app. It's awesome because it links your period to the moon cycle, and by doing that, it'll tell you what your manifesting powers are capable of. Not necessarily entirely capable of, because we're infinite beings, we're capable of so much, but more so releasing and creating. Like it'll tell you specifically what kind of witch you may be. If you're not necessarily into magic or anything, it's still something I recommend, because it just tells you what the moon has historically linked. Just something to look into. Also, the first app that I stepped in when I first had my period was this app called Flow. I like this app a lot because it helped with measuring my ovulation. It wasn't something I was necessarily into though, because that's more so people who are looking for a baby, you know, or trying to have a baby or anything like that. But they're both really beneficial apps and they help you in tremendous ways. So I highly recommend measuring your period and just being on top of that. And I just wanted to press that women should be taking care of their bodies and that you are extremely important, especially during this time of being so vulnerable. It is a very vulnerable place and position to be in, considering we're all sponges. We're just absorbing these energies, and we need to remember we're transmuting into love. Intentionally raising the vibration of earth, y'all. All right, so that's basically all that I had to cover for the period, and I just wanted to also remind y'all to take it slow, take it easy, and don't let this world get to you. Remember, it's all within. Don't forget that. And for my first time period girls, I hope you love it and embrace it. You are awesome, you're beautiful, and thank you so much for watching my YouTube video. Bye girls.